Hello again, teachers. Welcome to another video from our EduTech team on how to log in or create your Zoom classes, how to schedule your Zoom class meetings. Now, this is the easiest way in which to do it. So we go to the address bar, Zoom sign in, hit enter. Now, instead of inserting your email address every time, once you have a Gmail, it's very easy for you to access your Zoom account. Select Sign in with Google. Let's try that again. And if you have several Google accounts like I do, then you choose which account you'd like to use for your class. And here we are to your Zoom homepage, your Zoom account. Now proceed to schedule the meeting. Before you schedule the meeting, you have to ensure that all the settings you'd like to have are taken care of. So move all the way over to your far left sidebar, select settings. Check that your waiting room is activated. Passcode for meetings. Scheduling meeting. Video for the host, video for participants. Connect by telephone or computer audio. Enable personal ID for meeting, that is the personal ID for your meeting room. Mute participants on entry. Now this is important because you don't want them coming into class screaming. Then chat. Allow meeting participants to send a message visible to all participants. Yes, you check that off, turn that on. Prevent participants from saving chat. If you don't want the students to save the chat, then you check this one. Private chat, allow in meeting to send a private message to another participant. If you don't want them to private message each other, then you turn this off. Auto saving on chats. Now this is important. If you're going to collect data at the end of the session for the purposes of attendance, then you need to turn on your auto saving chat. That means it automatically saves the chat without you having to record the meeting. If you don't want students to message each other, then you turn off the private chat tab. Sound notifications when someone joins or leaves. Sometimes in the midst of talking, you may not notice that a student is trying to enter the class or is waiting to be admitted. So once a student is in waiting and you select this icon, then there will be a buzz or a little tingling of a bell or ring that will alert you that someone is waiting to be admitted. And when they come in, you hear a chime. Once admitted, you will hear a chime and file transfer. Host participants can send files through the meeting chat. Now this allows you to upload a PDF or a document, a file that you wish to share with students during your meeting. Instead of displaying it by sharing your screen, or sometimes when you share the screen, it becomes so distorted, the image is blurred or distorted, then you can send that same file via the chat once you turn on this icon. And you can also specify what type of files can be transferred. Display end of meeting experience feedback survey. This is a survey for students to indicate how they felt about your class today. So if you select that, they can give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That's like a poll on how your class was, how they felt about your class that day. Polling, if you turn on the polling icon, once you ask questions, you don't always need them to type yes in the chat. there is a poll option that allows them to click yes. And you can see each participant, when they click yes, there will be a green check mark next to their name, and it tells you, okay, 16 persons chose yes, 10 persons chose no. So if you ask a simple question as, do you understand the content today? Are you clear about this? Click yes or no. So if 10 people click no, then that's about half your class. You need to probably revisit that concept again because 10 persons don't understand it. So that's a quick pulse check for your class. And then screen sharing. Okay, you can select who shares, if it's only the host or all participants. So I'm going to leave it as all participants in case I would like a specific student to share. But then in the second instance, who can start sharing when someone else is sharing? Only the host. So you can reclaim and you can stop any other person from sharing, and you can also share while another participant is sharing. Annotation. Allow hosts and participants to use annotation tools and add information to shared screens. Yes, I will do that. And only the user who is sharing can annotate. Check that. Now this asks you to save, so you ensure you save that here. And then the whiteboard features. Select if you want your whiteboard, the information on your whiteboard to be saved as a PDF or as a PNG file, a picture file. And once you select save as a PDF, whatever is stored, when you use the whiteboard, whatever information you write on the whiteboard is automatically saved. Now for that to happen, you must check off these settings before you create a meeting. And I think that is about all I'd like to check off. You can continue all the way down because I don't want this video to be too long. And you check off all that you want to happen for your meeting. And that's it. So once that's set, you now proceed to schedule the meeting. Click schedule. Now I'm going to schedule a meeting for my fifth form English class. So I'm going to call this and it's important that you put the subject here. The description icon, the description tab is not necessarily important because it does not show when you go to send that invitation. Now the time for my class is today at 10, so I will select 10 a.m. Important, ensure you have the right time zone. You can use Puerto Rico, La Paz, Guyana, and Caracas. Now, a recurring meeting. Because I will be meeting this class every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, I'm going to schedule the meeting to recur. So I don't have to send them a meeting invitation every time I'm ready to have a class. So I'm going to select that it is repeated weekly. Select something that's repeated weekly. And it's on Tuesday. And this link will be valid until the 29th of September. Let's verify that that's a Tuesday. That's the last Tuesday of September. And at that time, I can choose to reactivate the link or make a new link. Passcode, host, participant, enable to join before host. And as you can see, it appears here without me having to check it off. Mute participants on entry. Now, we are not able to pre-assign breakout rooms because students do not have common email addresses that are already saved in our school system. So once we transition to G Suites and they all have distinct emails that are given by the school, then we can pre-assign breakout rooms. But for now, you're not able to do that. So you scroll on down and you hit save. And then when you're ready to start the meeting, you click Start Meeting. To get the invitation to send your email to students, you select Copy Invitation. And then you choose Copy Meeting Invitation. And that's what you're going to use to post on Quick Schools, where your students will find the link to your meeting. So I'm going to end now, and in my next video I will show you how to post your copy of this invitation in your Quick Schools and Google Classroom.